Hello and welcome back to another episode of Good Evening KU. My name is Annie Bogart.
And I'm Olivia Neely.
Olivia, how are you doing today?
I am so good.
Right? It's a really good Tuesday.
It is.
Okay, let's give me A, B, and C of why you're doing just so great right now.
I'm not going to lie. A, B, and C are all something to do with KU basketball.
Okay. I mean, how can you not be just so excited during this week? This weekend was like absolutely incredible.
We're
headed to the Final Four. I mean, that game against Miami, holy cow, that was awesome. Miami's a tall team. It's a really tall team. Really showed our skills. And then after watching everyone rush Mass Street, was just so great.
That looked so fun. It was so nice to see everyone come together.
Yeah, it really is fun to see the entire Lawrence community out with like a shared passion and stuff. So I'm super excited for next weekend, KU against Villanova on Saturday. So that's kind of what my entire week is leading up to. I'm really excited for the weekend. What about you?
I'm so excited too. Also, for me, it's my mom's weekend for my sorority. So that'll be really fun. She's so excited to come up and get to experience such like a big game with everyone. And then it's also one of my close friends' birthdays. So it'll just be fun to kind of like have some friend time, some family time, kind of get everything going on this weekend.
You have everything. You have family, friends, KU basketball, and that's kind of all you need during this spring. But
and we'll have good weather.
We'll have great weather this weekend. That is so funny that you mentioned that. Erin's going to tell us a little more about it later. But yes, really great weekend weather planned. However, that little saying, you can't have flowers without rain. We are going to get that rain. Like Wednesday and Thursday, maybe a little bit of snow. But those would be some good downtime study days.
True. And I really do need some of that time. I'm kind of all shooken up from last weekend. So I kind of need some time to get back together with my studies and everything. Do you have any tips and tricks for us, Annie?
It is just so funny that you asked me that because I do have tips and tricks. Yes, it is a very chaotic time right now. End of the second semester, everyone's just trying to finish their school year off right. So I do have a little hack for those caffeinated KU students.
Which most of us are probably.
I think so at this point. So if you are a big fan of your morning coffee, except you're finding your budget not to be in the place where you can always get that, there's a really great placebo hack for you. If you warm up or boil water and you drink a hot drink, so whether that's hot water, hot tea, hot milk, those are some really great tricks because what your body is attuned to the temperature. And so when your body feels that it's heating up, it's actually going to mistake that as caffeine, and you're going to see very similar effects to your morning coffee from just hot water. So that's a super fun trick.
That is incredible.
Isn't that just so fun?
Thank you for sharing that with us. I might have to try that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, that's all we have for this week. Stay tuned for a news update from Maggie and Grace.
Thanks, Olivia and Annie. I'm Maggie.
And I'm Grace, and this is your Good Evening KU News Update.
Representatives Mike Thompson and John Larson introduced the Gas Rebate Act of 2022. The bill would send $100 every time gas prices go over $4 per gallon in a month for the rest of 2022 and $100 for each independent. This bill would benefit individuals making $75,000 or less or dual incomes of $150,000 or less. Many other bills, rebate plans, and stimulus checks are currently being presented to the House and Congress, including the idea of having tax cuts every time gas goes over $4. More to come as plans are looked into.
President Biden said that Russian President Vladimir Putin cannot remain in power during a conference Saturday. After the comment, President Biden was asked to apologize about the comment, in which he responded, "No apologies," and "I was expressing the moral outrage that I felt towards this man." This all took place after Biden returned from visiting with refugees in Europe, where he reportedly was asked to pray for the men who stayed behind to fight in the Ukraine by refugee women.
KU students and fans ran to Massachusetts streets to celebrate the basketball team advancing to the Final Four in the NCAA March Madness. Immediately after the game ended, the Lawrence police shut down Mass Street to drivers between 8th Street and 11th Street. During the press conference after the game, Coach Bill Self said, KU students look for a great opportunity to have a beer every now and then. The Hawks returned home that night to Allen Fieldhouse and were greeted by fans waiting inside to rally.
Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson's hearing as the Supreme Court nominee are expected to end with voting on April 4th. Judge Jackson has faced criticism from Republicans about her alleged empathy towards criminals. She's been pounded on questions like being asked to define a woman to child pornography cases. As of now, Jackson is on track to be the 116th justice and the first black woman Supreme Court justice.
Johnny's Tavern North experienced a once-in-a-lifetime surprise during the KU men's basketball game Friday night. Lexi Burke, also known as the serial tipper on TikTok, started asking followers to Venmo her to tip random customer service workers. Just before the end of the game on Friday, Johnny's Tavern North employees were lined up behind the bar and were given a $50,000 tip to split amongst all staff, even those who weren't working that night.
I have teamed up with Ally, an incredible company, and we are going to tip the entire staff to split amongst themselves $50,000.
Each staff member was given just over $800 because of this generous tip. However, the tip was not donated by Burke's followers this time and was given by Ally Bank as part of their Ally tip-off. Customers at the restaurant during that time also had their tabs covered for the night.
That's all we have for this week's news. We'll be right back after this break with sports with Gia and Dylan.
From adversity, we rose. We made history and became pioneers, voyagers, champions, Jayhawks. And when our chant rises, haunting and hallowed, Jayhawks are telling the world what's near. Victory.
Welcome back to another sports segment of Good Evening KU. I'm Gia.
And I'm Dylan.
Professional NBA player Robert Williams, who plays for the Boston Celtics, has suffered a knee injury. After tests, it was revealed he had a torn meniscus, which will have him on the sideline missing several weeks at the minimum. It was also said that Robert will get surgery, but they have not released when. In the women's NCAA tournament of 2022 had UConn win over NC State in double overtime. UConn sophomore Paige Bueckers hit the opening basket of the second overtime, a pull-up three-pointer from the top of the key, following it with a leaning pull-up jumper just inside the arc. NC player trailing by 5, Kay Crutchfield hit her second three-pointer of the extra periods to pull NC State within 2 with 3 minutes and 3 seconds left in the game. UConn freshman Ozzie Fudd poured in 19 points with the clock winding in the fourth quarter. Fudd was there to chip in a bucket when UConn needed it. As Fudd went to make a bucket, she fell back on her heels, passed the ball to sophomore Leah Edwards, who laid it in, extending UConn's lead.
The men's Elite Eight wrapped up this weekend with Final Four consisting of number 1 Kansas, number 2 Duke and Villanova, and number 8 seed North Carolina. Duke won a close game with Arkansas, winning 78-69. Number 8 North Carolina completely dominated St. Peter's, winning 69-49. Villanova and Houston's defensive prowess was put on full display in their game, ending with a low score of 50-44.
Our Kansas Jayhawks had a bit of a ropey start, being down for the majority of the first half, being down 35-29 after the first half, but they came out on the fire for the second half, out-rebounding Miami 25-11 and outscoring them 47-15 in the second half. The Jayhawks took a commanding lead and held onto it, winning 76-50 and getting the tickets to play Villanova in the Final Four on Saturday.
Wednesday afternoon, the Kansas City Chiefs announced they would allow Tyreek Hill to search out a trade opportunity. And less than 24 hours later, he was traded to the Miami Dolphins. After Davante Adams' trade from Green Bay to Las Vegas, Tyreek wanted some of the money Adams got, but the Chiefs simply cannot afford that. Tyreek was traded to the Dolphins in return for a first-round, second-round, and fourth-round pick in this year's draft, and a fourth-round and sixth-round pick in next year's draft.
Thank you for watching this week's sports segment, and we'll be right back with Lauren and Ellie with your pop culture update.
I'm Lauren, and this is your pop culture update of the week.
A disruption occurred during the Oscars Sunday night when Will Smith slapped Chris Rock across the face after jokes were made about his wife's shaved head. In the video, we see Will Smith screaming, and from unedited clips, he is screaming at Chris Rock to keep his wife's name out of his mouth.
The joke was in bad taste because Jada recently opened up about her battle with alopecia, an autoimmune disease that causes hair loss even with Chris Rock in visual shock. The show continued. When Will Smith went up to accept his award, he was emotional in his speech about family and his apology to the Academy. Smith also apologized on Instagram again Monday afternoon for his actions.
Even after the dispute, Will Smith was able to get back on stage to accept his award as Best Actor due to his role in King Richard. However, the night began with a pre-COVID feeling red carpet. Timothée Chalamet's Louis Vuitton set was a hit amongst many fashion magazines and enthusiasts. Venus and Serena Williams also had lots of positive feedback about their dress choices. Serena wore a beautiful low V-neck Gucci dress, and Venus wore a bright white, slimming Ellie Saab dress.
Some are saying that Pixar's newest movie, Turning Red, is the best movie Pixar has made in years. Turning Red was released on Disney Plus at the beginning of March and has since received a 94% approval rating by Rotten Tomatoes. The movie follows the life of a 13-year-old Mei-Lin Lee, a Chinese-Canadian girl. The story focuses on Mei-Lin and her friends' coming-of-age story. As of now, Turning Red has made $11.1 million in box office sales.
Stars of hit show Euphoria made an appearance at the Vanity Fair Oscars party, and everyone is talking about it. Dominic Fike and Hunter Schafer made their long-awaited red carpet debut, with Fike wearing a black sequin suit and Schafer wearing a khaki-colored gown. Zendaya made jaws drop with her black suit and an added fuchsia-collared shirt. Sydney Sweeney had a 60s-inspired style look with a simple updo and a pastel pink gown.
That's all we have for this week. After this break, we'll be right back with news trivia segment of Good Evening KU. Have a good week, Hawks.
Welcome back to another Trivia Tuesday. I'm Bella, and I'm here with Annie and Cammie, our contestants this week.
Woohoo!
So, ladies, this week's trivia, with the Oscars being Sunday, is movies. You guys are ready?
No, let's go.
I'm not a movie girl, but I'm excited.
How the game works is I'm going to ask a question, and then whoever has their answer first slaps their hand on the table, and then you're going to answer. So, say you have the question, you have the answer first. You'll answer. If you don't get it right, it'll go to Cammie.
Hold up.
Okay.
Are there like multiple choice? Are we just guessing?
No, there's just guessing.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, you ready?
Awesome.
Ready.
Sounds good. Question number 1. Which KU alumni and famous actor was named the 2021?
Hit that first.
Okay, Cammie, go
I would like
ahead.
to say Paul Rudd.
It was in fact Paul Rudd.
Guys, I know
Good
so much
job.
about movies.
You know, maybe we should encourage her to finish the question first before we slam her hand on the table, Cammie.
Someone's a little salty.
ladies, we will be doing that. New rule.
Fine.
You have to finish the question first. Okay, question number 2. What are the ingredients that Buddy the Elf puts in his spaghetti in the movie Elf? Annie.
Okay, spaghetti, syrup, chocolate syrup, Pop-Tarts, marshmallows, and more syrup.
No, Cammie.
How many ingredients are there?
There is 1, 2, 3, 8. Sorry.
I don't know, Wall 8.
Candy canes, candy corn.
No.
What?
Never
Does they
mind.
put M&Ms in
Okay.
it?
It does,
Yeah, that was one.
Okay,
There's a lot.
it's spaghetti, M&Ms, marshmallows, sprinkles, chocolate syrup, maple syrup, and a Pop-Tart. Does anyone know what type of Pop-Tart?
S'mores.
No.
I actually think it's a strawberry Pop-Tart, or
No,
it's a double chocolate.
Chocolate fudge.
I've
Okay.
never had a chocolate fudge Pop-Tart.
Okay.
Okay. All right. And
Still
then
warming up.
Yeah. The next question is, what is Jack Jack's real name in The Incredibles?
Is that not his real name? I don't know.
His full name.
Is
It's a pretty basic name, I feel like.
Jackson Incredible?
No. Mm-mm. Do you know what the family's last name is?
The
No.
Incredibles.
It's the Jackson family. So his name is John Jackson. There it is.
Okay.
All right.
Dang.
And then question
I didn't
number
even know
4. Which famous cartoon character was created in Kansas City? I feel like this is an easy one. Maybe not for you, Cami. You're from Minnesota.
Easy.
Can you give us a hint?
Annie, come on. You're from
Can you
Kansas
give us
City.
a hint?
It's a big one at Disney World.
Mickey Mouse?
Mickey Mouse. Hey, I
You stink.
I literally hit the thing first.
Well, I said it first.
I would like to call it cheating on whoever is doing the official rule.
You're just mad we're tied.
Okay, so right now we are in fact tied. All right, last question. Whoever gets this wins the game. Which KU alumni?
Jason Sudeikis.
Whoa.
No, you got mad at me. This is rigged.
Which? Oh yeah, I did not finish the question. Which KU alumni and famous actor plays the main character Ted Lasso?
Jason Sudeikis.
Good job. All right, that's all we have for this week's Trivia Tuesday. Congratulations to Annie.
After cheating twice, let me just point that out.
You both had your moments. Okay, we'll see you back next week for more Trivia Tuesday. Next, we'll be back with Aaron with the weather.
You may not hear it at first, but it's there. Our chant, rising. On this summit, callings converge, voices unify into a chorus that sounds out for good, for greatness. Can you hear it?
And welcome back to Good Evening KU. I'm Erin Borges here with a weather update, and we are in for some exciting weather tonight, in all honesty, or at least I think it's exciting. We're going to have some severe weather roll in the evening, and throughout the rest of the week, we are going to have some chances for some scattered rain showers as we finish up this kind of weather system that's moving through our area. Right now, it's looking overcast as the clouds build up out to the west of us. It's warm and windy, and you can feel the wind, you can feel the heat. It is kind of muggy outside, in all honesty. The storm system's bringing a lot of moisture from the Gulf of Mexico, and that is causing that heat and that moisture in the air that we are feeling for this storm system. So like I mentioned tonight, we're going to have some severe weather, and the temperature will cool down a little bit with that. Our chances for severe weather, especially in our Lawrence area, are going to increase after 8 p.m. I think for our area of campus, it's going to be more like 10 p.m. when the severe weather kind of starts. And we can take a quick look at the entire Kansas area, which is in a slight risk for severe weather, which is going to entail for us some chances for large hail, damaging winds. Our chance for tornadoes are a bit lower, and then the flash flood threat is more for localized flooding. I honestly think that won't be too much of a concern for our area, but we are going to see some wind and definitely some hail, and that is what is going to persist for the rest of tonight and the evening, and even a little bit into Wednesday. Wednesday is going to have kind of the remnants of today's storm system continue throughout the day, and it's going to even continue a little bit into Thursday morning. And so that's without rain chances on that Thursday, and because of the low temperatures that we can see Thursday morning, there could be a few snowflakes falling down with that rain. I don't think the snow is going to stick around, obviously, because we are going to warm back up again, because we are going to have some nice partly cloudy weather this weekend before we again come back to rain for the next week. So that is your weather update. Thank you so much for watching Good Evening KU, and we will see you back here next Tuesday.